There you go.
Yeah, welcome to Queer Conversations. I'm your host, G of TV. Queer Conversations, we amplify the voice and visibility of the LGBT community. We're here every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. EST. And we also do a event called Thou Art Woman. The next one is March 10th. And if you can be in Fort Lauderdale, March 10th, you definitely want to come on out. So today's guest, the Queer Conversation, is Bobby T of Wilton Live.
How you doing, everyone?
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, my
pleasure.
pleasure.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
So I've only seen Bobby T once before, and he was interviewing me. So no.
Well, we were at 13. Were you at the Kalimatina?
Kalimatina?
Yeah. Were you there?
Oh yeah. Well, that's not. That's the first time I met you.
Yeah, that was the first time we met. Yeah.
So in the film, we had the film screening for Kalimatina. That's where we met.
Yeah.
Yes, you did interview me, and then I think Minnie did.
Minnie interviewed.
Yeah,
yes,
and then you came
Minnie
to
Perez.
Yes, shout out to Minnie.
Of course.
And then you came to Thou Art Woman in November and interviewed me and a bunch of people. Thank you so much for coming out.
It was our pleasure.
Yeah,
just to go see you all down there. So.
Yeah. So hopefully you. Oh, look at that! The lights got brighter. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So shout out to the production team here. So hopefully you come back March 10th.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be great. So tell us a little bit, and thanks for joining us out there, Facebook land. Please ask us questions, comment, share this video, like the Verity TV page. So Bobby T is a correspondent with Wilton Live. Tell us, what is Wilton Live?
So Wilton Live is a art. We cover basically entertainment, community events that go on in Fort Lauderdale, and sometimes even outside. Like we cover Miami Pride, things like that as well. But we generally try to keep it to fun, charitable events that go on around town, or collaborative events. It's really hard to put a label on it because we even work with South Florida Gay News, and we do a weekly show that Manny Simone covers, where he'll go over what's in the South Florida Gay News for that week. We also have The Guide with Kenny Gonzalez and Gabriel Peralta, which they do that, and that kind of goes over the fun and stuff that's going on around town. And me personally, what I like to cover are the fun things. I like to cover things that are, like new age, up and coming, civil rights things, or pro women. That's what I go for.
And how long have you been with Wilton Live?
I've been with Wilton Live for about a year and 2 months.
And how long has Wilton Live been around?
They've been around for about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were started by a gentleman named John Marler. And,
I've met John. Shout out to John.
Hey, John.
Yeah, congrats on getting this started.
Yeah.
And is it focused on, because Wilton Manor, for people who don't know, in South Florida is considered the gayborhood?
It is the gayborhood.
It is the gayborhood.
Although nowadays, I don't know. I mean, you see a little bit of everything, which is nice.
Which is, of course, but it's like kind of a center for the gay community.
Absolutely.
So would you say that Wilton Live focuses on the LGBT community?
Gosh, I mean, I can't say that is our primary focus.
No. Okay, so it's entertainment in South Florida.
Yeah, I mean, it just so happens maybe that more gay people are doing artsy things.
Which is probably more fun,
Maybe I mean, that could be it.
More fabulous?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we did cover like the Easter event, that the city, we do cover a lot of the events with the city where a police officer might get an award or something like that. So government things that go on, we try to show a little bit of what's going on that platform as well. So
great.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, and how do people find, where you guys broadcast? How do they find you?
You can find us on Facebook or Instagram, and we also have a YouTube channel, and it's wiltonlive.tv is where you can go direct, or just look up Wilton Live on Facebook or Instagram, and you'll find us right away.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And how do you identify, Bobby?
I am a gay male.
Gay man.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm a gold star.
Oh my gosh.
I've actually never had the pleasure of enjoying a woman.
Look at that.
I mean, I don't hear bad things about it, but it's just never been something that was my thing.
Okay, so you knew at what age that you're gay?
Oh gosh, I'm mixed. I'm biracial, so to come, and I was raised by the white half of my family.
Okay, interesting.
In Stewart, Palm Beach area.
Okay.
So for them, it was probably interesting having this little black baby, but they never made me feel any different.
Okay, good.
You know,
That's
which
good.
was wonderful, and they always allowed me to be myself.
Wonderful.
So in doing so, I was able to come out of the closet at a fairly, young age. I can talk to my grandmother, and she'll tell you she knew when I was a kid and I came out of the bathroom with the towel wrapped up on my head. So
what's a very young age? What age was that?
Oh gosh, well, I mean, I guess I officially came out and talked to my mother and had that conversation at like 13.
Wow, that's amazing.
But
Good for you.
I was getting manicures. With my old white granddaddy sitting there, my grandmother would be giving me manicures at 7, 8.
Wow.
I would demand them. But then my grandfather would take me into the shop, into his workshop, and he would teach me how to put things together and how to be a guy. He never made me feel any different, though. That was a wonderful thing.
Okay,
it was nice.
Interesting. So you identify somewhat, because to me you don't feel that feminine, but the stuff you're describing is somewhat feminine. You identify.
I'm very much a yin yang.
Okay.
I'm mixed black and white. I am that way in spirit, in my feminine and masculinity as well. There are times that I could be very maternal towards something, and there are times where I could be very masculine and assertive in a way.
Okay, cool. So your family, based on what you're saying, your family was very accepting.
Yeah.
That's amazing. This is, I mean, I don't want to age you, but I'm figuring this is not like just 10 years ago. It's a little longer than 10 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 38 years old.
Okay, younger than me.
How am I younger than you?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, girl. You look good.
Just a few years.
You look good.
Yes.
Doesn't she look good? She looks good.
Thank you.
So, you know what? It was nice being raised by a family that loved me.
Yeah.
And I would say that gave me so much more as an adult in weight in myself and self-value, just having that alone.
Okay, great. Yeah. So do you think it's important for people to be openly gay? Like some people feel it doesn't matter, I don't have to come out. Some people you have to come out. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I believe that you should just be honest in the situation that's in front of you. If there's a situation like this where you go into and someone asks you that question and you specifically put yourself in a situation to be asked questions,
right?
You should be comfortable enough to answer who you really are. So I guess the question we go into is are you comfortable in who you are? And if you are comfortable in who you are, then be as gay as you want to or not.
Right.
I don't necessarily wear it on my sleeve, but I just happen to be a guy that's a little bit of both. So
we have here. Thanks for joining, everyone. This is Queer Conversations. I'm G of Verity TV, and our guest today is Bobby T of Wilton Live.
Hey,
and we got
cheers.
Yes, thanks for joining. Cheers. We're enjoying some great water here. Minnie says Bobby T is an amazing man. I love his honesty and everything he does for the community. Yeah.
I love you too, Minnie. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining, and thanks for. I saw you share that we're going live. Thank you so much. Yeah. So a couple other things for Wilton Live. Where do you see Wilton Live going?
Gosh, well, I mean, we're starting to break into being a little bit more of a bit of a production company for highlighting local businesses.
Okay.
For advertising. Also, just kind of personally, I would just love to be kind of the social epicenter where people can kind of really figure out everything that's going on.
Okay, that sounds good. If you want to find out what's happening in South Florida, you go to Wilton Live.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. I heard that you guys are working with SunServe now too.
SunServe, yeah.
Yeah. That's
to be honest, John is the producer of the show, and he created it, produced it, and I reached out to him. I basically got started on the show because I wanted to be a part of it. This is where I'm from. I'm a native of Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
So when I saw it being highlighted, I wanted to be a part of that.
So you reached out to say, I want it.
Yeah, and he ended up taking a liking to me.
Nice.
And we've worked together so well through this year.
Had you done anything like this before?
Well, yeah, I've done acting and modeling throughout the years.
Yeah, okay.
I've been in a Barry Levinson movie. I don't know if you ever heard of the Lovers and Friends show. that was out a couple years ago. No. It was a lesbian web series.
Okay, no. And you were
by Insight Production.
Were you acting as one of the lesbians?
I could try.
I know, right?
I could try.
Yeah, you got some very masculine.
I could be an FTM.
Right, exactly, yeah.
You know, so
you never know. So true. So you were in Lovers and Friends. I didn't hear about that. How was that?
It was fun. You know, I only really played one little small part, and then they were going to do I did a pilot for a movie that they were planning on doing called My So-Called Life. Okay. And it was by Insight Productions. And, you know, that was a bit of a bigger lead role. And it was a lot of fun. Nice. You know, just getting that experience of like the full production, you know, dead person on the floor and stuff like that.
Nice.
You know. And then I was an extra in a Barry Levingston movie when I was younger called Liberty Heights.
Okay, nice.
So I've just done little things. Right. I did a cover for Guy Magazine once where Dennis Dean was the photographer for that. And there was about 4 guys who did a football shot. And I was obviously the face, not the body. These guys they had amazing bodies. I was like, God.
But your body's not bad. You look like fit to me.
Well, I mean, you know, that's
you mean like they're built?
They were built,
like no neck.
And they're like, take the shirts off, and I'm like, oh my, you know, little old me. Well, not little old me. They were really
built.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
like refrigerators.
Yeah. So it's like. Yeah, I've done little things here and there, but I would say this is the longest thing I've done and the first time where I've been on a mic.
Okay. Well, you do it well.
I have a blast.
Yeah, I can tell you enjoy it.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So let me ask you, is Bobby T in a relationship?
Well, Bobby T was in a relationship for about 10 years.
Wow.
And Bobby T is now not in a relationship.
Wow.
Bobby T. Now we're talking about me in the third person.
You can go.
Now you're talking to my manager.
I know, right?
So
Bobby T is available, like single and like.
I'm single. I mean, you know, there's a couple. There's I just got myself in trouble now. You know, I'm dating.
You're dating.
I'm dating, and I'm crushing. Okay. You know, and things like that. So yeah, it's fun. It's a new life for me. And it was a big change, but
10 years.
Very happy.
But 10 years is a good run. That sounds like.
Let me know I could do it.
That's good.
And I know what I'll put into the next one.
Right.
You know.
And are you looking to be in another relationship? Like, what do you want? Do you want marriage? And
yes. I think growing up in a family that accepted me so well, I was able to like watch a Disney movie. And you know, I was allowed to identify with the white princess.
Oh wow!
And my family didn't get upset with that.
They're fine.
You know, so I do have that like I can be married, I can have kids, I can be. I mean, some of the most devastating things that ever happened to me in my life were if someone didn't like me because I was gay and like, you know, called me a fag or something like that. Or when I had to deal with racism. Right. You know, the first time. I mean, I was raised by all white people.
Did you even know you were black?
You know, I didn't. My grandmother said once when I was a child that I used to cry that I wasn't white like the rest of the family, which I didn't. But it was a memory that I didn't even remember. Okay. And that was a conversation we had in my 20s. Okay. So I didn't even remember feeling like young, that. Yeah. But I do remember when I dealt with racism, I couldn't. It was like my brothers and sisters, like, you're hating me because of my skin, like that had never happened before. You know, I was in all white neighborhoods, and including my family. Right. So part of you, do you identify as a white person in some ways? Oh like, God, yes, I am. So. Yeah. Well, I just did my Ancestry.com. Right. And I'm predominantly Great British, 26%. Everything else is broken down. Okay. So all like 10s and 7% all the way from Africa around. So it's like, I identify as a mixed man. Right. And growing up, that was always the thing, like, what box do you check? Well, I want to check black and white. Right, which you are, yeah. But it would hold up the class. It's even greater because of how you're raised, because you could be, if you had a black and white parent in your household, then that's different from you're saying you're raised in a white culture. Yeah. So absolutely, it is, nowadays I love seeing that, because nowadays you do see these mixed babies being raised by their black and their white parent. Right. And I mean, that probably, you know, I can't imagine. I mean, well, one of us became president. So
right, yeah.
Mixed is in.
Yeah. So so you identify as, you're saying, a mixed person.
A mixed man, absolutely, biracial.
And you want to have? Do you see yourself having kids?
Yes, I would love to have children. But definitely something that knocks some of them off the block.
Okay, not everybody wants kids. It feels,
not everybody wants kids these days.
It feels since marriage equality that it feels, for me at least, I don't know if the lesbian community is so different from the gay community, but it feels like everybody wants to get married and have kids. Do you feel that people like getting married and having kids in the male, like, gay community?
I would. Well, the thing when it became something that we could do, it really. I mean, I was engaged, and then it became legal.
Okay.
And it really made me think about, like, oh God, now I could actually really do this.
You want to do
you know,
it.
like, is this the person that I would like, or do I want to be divorced? You know,
right.
I don't want to be one of those people.
Yeah.
So, it really made me think about that, like what I wanted in a person to be with forever. And I do want to be married. I feel like as a stable mind in the world, it's your responsibility to raise little stable minds in the world, or then you just have crazy people having kids because they're having kids. So,
unfortunately,
you know, it's like, if you're a good person, and all the better if you find that partner to raise your child with. But whether I'm single or married, I definitely plan on having kids.
Okay.
You know, I mean, that's probably in my 10-year plan.
Okay, great. And you see yourself like adopting or like actually making a baby?
No, I definitely see myself adopting.
That's great. There's so many kids who need homes, so I think that's great.
Someone asked Christopher, to what kind of guy?
What? Married to what kind of guy? Yeah, who does Bobby T desire?
Gosh.
Like,
well, after being in 10 years, you know, I've definitely. So I've been single since December-ish.
Oh, just
now? Like officially.
Just December?
Yeah, like moved out.
New.
You know, but it was an amicable breakup and it lasted a couple months.
Okay.
You know, but it was very mature the way that we unbraided our lives. And so now, you know, it's kind of interesting because I am exploring, like, what does Bobby T want? Here I am, back in the third person again. But what does Bobby T want?
Yeah.
In a guy, like, and I have started like dating different types of men, you know. I used to be very, you know, and I hate to say this, in our community, black men seem to only go after white guys, white guys, you know, and there's this definite rivalry out in the community that I've noticed. Oh God, yes. I mean, some African American men don't want other African American men around their little like cluster of white boys, you know, that they have. I mean, it's almost like a gold medalist type of thing. Oh my gosh!
So was the person you're with?
He was a white male, and when I was younger, I would say that I was pursuing that, but maybe it was influenced by the culture.
Yes,
you know, and so I've gone on to like date other men
of color.
Yeah, men. Not black men yet.
You haven't gotten that far.
This is where I start sweating.
Oh my God.
Well, you know, I've thought about it. Yeah. And I mean, I just haven't met one.
Okay.
You know, it's definitely not off the block, but Latin American darker men. Yeah. So Latin American.
Men. Okay.
Yeah.
Asian men?
I mean, I've been with the full gambit. I've always been gay, so yeah. I've always been gay, so I didn't have my first relationship until I was like 23. So from that, like 13 on, you know, I was able to explore. And I had fun. So it's not like I haven't had a taste of everything, but I wasn't an adult, you know. And now with control over my life, But I'm open. I like a nice, humble person. I don't like any bit of like narcissistic type of behavior. I like people who are compassionate to the world around them. And yeah, I'm open.
So the look is for Christopher, and that's a great question. So the look is not so important.
No.
But you want someone compassionate. What about, like, do they need to be employed and things like that?
Oh God, yes. Yes, definitely.
So you want
well, you know what? Because I do want kids.
Yeah.
You know, if I would say employed is something that's yes.
Yeah.
But if they brought something to my life, right. I feel like
a homemaker.
Yeah, I mean, I was a homemaker at one point in my past relationship. And yeah, I mean, if you could take care of me how I take care of me,
okay, then you're good.
Then you might not need to work, but that's a very good taken care of.
Yeah. So I think the overall answer is that you're just really open to the possibilities of many different men.
Gosh, right. Well, and not only that, but there's some guys that you might not find attractive. Like, I never say no if I'm asked. If a guy approaches me and asks me out,
you never say no.
I won't say no.
Oh wow.
No, I would definitely go on that date because I feel like if someone has the strength or the cojones to come up to you and ask you that,
I love that.
To me, that's a quality that I like. I mean, so yeah, I would find that interesting.
Oh, I like that. So
two comments.
Okay.
Gabriel said, Bobby T
doesn't want to be
knowledgeable.
Okay.
He also said you don't want to be a sugar daddy.
Well, I mean,
And Christopher said,
I'm getting older.
You're not ruling it out. He's not ruling out sugar daddy.
I'm not ruling it out.
Yeah.
My day job, actually, I work in textiles, and I work for a high-end European brand of fabrics, and I sell them to designers.
Oh,
so
nice.
it's like, I got a good job.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
and the thing about it, if someone, someone will be giving you something in return. They're not sitting down waiting for you to come up and cook for them. So if someone's saying, hey, I'm going to have the house ready, food ready, looking good, maybe that's okay.
And they could go to the grocery store and know everything I like.
Yeah.
I mean, and they did my lawn. Oh my God, I mean, those things.
So he's not ruling
that. And I love them on top of it.
But they have to work in some way. It can't just be like they're laying down looking pretty.
Never.
No. Right?
Yeah, no scrubs.
Right, because someone could be like, I'm very beautiful, I'm going to wait for you to get home. Scrubs. I remember Scrubs. That's our TLC 1990-something.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
There's been a request from Christopher. He said, come to Brothers Speak.
Okay, tell him to tell us a little bit about that. We don't know. Do you know what Brothers Speak is?
I think it's a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, to come in. Yeah, he doesn't say no.
Let me know. Yeah, I mean, you can reach me. My personal email is bobbytfla@gmail.com. And then you can also reach me through Wilton Live. It's just bobby@wiltonlive.tv. But I mean, I'm right now, the way my life is run is on my own terms, and I'm having fun.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So you didn't have, it sounds like most people in our community have had challenges with being gay in some way or coming out, but it doesn't sound like, I mean,
of course I had a challenge here or there, but never from someone that loved me.
Okay, so strangers, like you said, someone said,
it's always it's always been somebody who was a stranger who did not know me and was strictly judging me on my shell or my behavior maybe at that time. But and me, that's why I think with some of these children right now, I think it's so important to raise the kids, with the love. Because I think that's where we get so many problems with these adults is that they don't really know what love is. They never experienced that, so they don't know how to project it. And
so, oh wow, I'm scared. Hold on. Okay, and that was my mom. That was my mom. Hey, mom. I'll call my mom.
Mommy, you should be watching, Mommy. Yeah. Where you at?
I know. I will call my mom after.
So Christopher said, Brother Speaks is located every Wednesday at the Pride Center from 7 to 9.
Okay. It's maybe like a group of.
I just covered the there was the African American art exhibit there. I just covered that on Wilton Live. Wilton Live, maybe in a couple of weeks, you'll see that episode.
Oh, I'm realizing I recognize Christopher. He's from the gay. Florida, okay, thank you, Christopher, for joining. You probably shared this in that page. Thank you. We got Nikki Lopez Creative supporting this live, sharing this live feed, and thank you so much for the support. So I'm not sure, how much time do we have?
6 minutes.
We got 6 minutes. So I wanted to just spend a little more time. We'll talk a little bit more about the art woman. Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
No, I mean, just thank you for doing what you do out in the community. I think that you being a positive influence for, I would say Black lesbians, but it goes, I think, well beyond that. I mean, just you're a positive influence in the community. Just keep doing what you do.
Thank you. I'm glad I asked if you have anything else to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then did we have all the links for Wilton Live in there?
I put the Facebook. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And I did want to ask you. You said you did something with textiles, and I read in your bio that you do something with fashion, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do a lot of sewing. Yeah, my grandmother taught me how to sew when I was a kid, and I have a room kind of dedicated to it, and I do pillows. And
wow.
It's funny, actually. I watch sport games and sew.
I love that.
Like the rhythm of the machine and listening
so you're like
to the
NFL,
newscaster.
like touchdown, and you're like, woo!
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy.
I love that.
I've had friends walk in on me, and they're like, this is the weirdest thing they've ever seen, because I'm like, this, in my hood,
a big guy too,
my
so
hood
like,
pants, and I'm like sitting there in my sweats and my old beat up wife beater crumpled up over a sewing machine. But I do my own. I tailor my own clothes.
Oh, I love that.
I help friends tailor their clothes.
Wow.
I do. And I shouldn't be saying any of this because everybody asks me to do it for them. And
I'm like, should I ask Bobby T? But no, that's fine. So
I'm too late.
What do you think about women like myself who love dressing like this? Like, do you have any suggestions for us, or what are your thoughts about blazers and ties and vests and bow ties? Like, you've been seeing that more and more probably.
Well, absolutely, but I think everything looks good tailored.
Okay, yes.
That's the key.
Yeah, tailor.
Once you and you can always take your items to a tailor. It really only costs.
And just tell people. Some people might be watching and don't know what tailored means. Can you just tell?
Well, tailoring means that they're actually taking in the areas that might be sticking out or not fitting to your body. But when you wear something more fitted to your body, I mean, that's why there are certain jeans that are $300 is because they're tailored to a certain body type.
Yes.
So I think the tailoring, you can turn any piece. Go to Out of the Closet, go to Pavarello, go to those places, and you start tailoring some of those shirts, and you look like a rock star.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that. I don't tailor all my pieces, but I do when I have some that it's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, I have to, but some I can get away with.
Well, sometimes it's hard too because you'll gain and lose weight.
Yeah.
And that tailoring can mess you up.
Yeah, I've had that too, so I have to be careful with it. But if it's too long, stuff like that, So well, thank you for that. So let me just say thanks to everyone who joined us. This is Queer Conversations. We're here every Tuesday, 6 p.m. EST on the Verity TV Facebook page. March 10th, if you can make it to Fort Lauderdale. If you live in Fort Lauderdale, South Florida, come. If you don't, get your flight, book it, and get here to Dark Woman. The link is there to purchase tickets. It's an open mic night, beautiful evening of poetry and performance. Stuff. Yeah, anybody can perform during the open mic portion. And then, my cousin's heading out. Bye. Anybody can perform, and we have feature performers as well. And I'll do a show just talking about Dark Woman just before the show on March. Probably the March show, I'll talk about it. And I see Minnie saying something else I can't see. Is something that I need to share, or she's just more love?
Wilton Live covers news and events in the community of South Florida and Wilton Manors. They work with nonprofit organizations, partner with SFGN, celebrity interviews, and local news. Check out the show.
Yes, great. So she's giving more information on Wilton Live. And, love the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Keep doing it. Hope to see you at Dark Woman on March 10th. And, anything that you're doing that you think we could collaborate, we'd love to.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the same goes out.
Okay, thank you. So Bobby T from Wilton Live, thanks for joining us here on Queer Conversations on Verity TV.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.